Hello, America. What's going on today? How you doing? And I hope everyone's kicking butt, having an awesome day. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer. Stand up for dreams. Today is December the 28th, 2022. The year is almost done, and I'm looking forward to the next year, the new year, to spend just doing fun stuff. And that's the word I want to use, fun and happy. Good vibes, basically. Just good vibes, good vibrations, you know, which is, to me, happiness could be little things that I do that somebody else can find mundane, but for some reason I'll make it magical for myself and keep moving forward, no matter how small or how big the task is in front of me. I do look for the joy. I do look for the fun. I do look for the happiness in what I'm doing. Because sometimes I just don't want to do certain things. And I have to remind myself that it's easy and it makes me happy. And so I'm not even going to argue with myself if I'm telling myself it's easy and I want to be happier once I get it done and once I do it or once I start to just begin the process. I mean, sometimes that first step or first three steps, are tough, man. I know they are. It's that motivation. It's looking for, of course we want that instant gratification, but the process it means work, it means effort, it means energy. It means setting aside a different part of your life to do something new. And getting out of that, which is kind of getting out of my comfort zone or your comfort zone, to do this. So it's, but that whole process has just become organically natural for me. But there was a time where it wasn't, and that's what I want to talk to you about. That's what we're talking about right now, is that it can be fun. You can be happy. It sounds weird, I know. It sounds weird. What do you mean, fun and happy? Where's the misery? Where's the struggle? Well, believe me, the struggle is real. And we don't want to talk about the struggle today. There's plenty of time to talk about the struggle. I talk about the struggle all the time in my own little way anyways. So, and even having fun or being happy is a state of mind. And it can be a struggle for people, And sometimes when I'm meet up with people or friends, and we're talking about our week, like what you do this week, what's going on. I have a lot to talk about, man. I have just every day, every week, there's something to talk about, with me, with anyone, or share, or explain, because that whole process, that whole week has been an adventure. It's been an ongoing and moving adventure. And I can't say that for everyone. And there's no judgment there. That's just it's just what I do. I just do this. I just keep going. People stop at some point of the day where I'm just moving along, keep moving. And which kind of creates more of a fun story in my life. So by the end of the week, it's been just I've done this, I did that, I tried that, even my thought process, I was thinking about this. And when I'm talking to other people who are not like me, who are not built like me, and they shouldn't be, I don't blame them if they're not. You know, who say, well, you know, I didn't do a whole lot this week. It was just a regular work week, and nothing really happened. I didn't go out to any clubs, or it's just kind of stops. I just living life, but and that, which is cool and fun, and I find the greatness in just living life. See, and that's where I get a little confused myself, because I'm thinking, well, that's something to talk about. That's something to look, be proud of. If you're living your life in a normal kind of sense, it may sound boring, it may feel boring, it may look boring, but it really isn't. It's just, you're just being an American, living your American life, which is fulfillment enough, to just be there and just, and relax. Just don't stress, but it doesn't add a whole lot to your narrative of your life storyline at the end of the week, but it can. It can, man. Because during that time when you're relaxing or chilling out or just watching a series of Netflix, maybe catching up on some seasons of something, you should, be okay with that. That should make you happy. And when you talk about it, you should be excited about being able to do that. Not everyone can live that life. So, understand that even the mundane kind of moments of life can be turned into magical, happy moments in your life without a ton of action. It's just a state of mind. It's just a shift, a little shift, a couple of words maybe. It's like, I'm having fun. And just so you know, I'm having fun doing exactly what I'm doing, which is by doing nothing. But, you're still having fun. You're being really okay with that. And that's important, that it's okay. And now if you're not okay with that and you're doing that, and you're like, God, I'm not having fun at the end of the day. I feel like I'm a loser, I'm a procrastinator, and I wake up every morning thinking it's going to be different, but it never is. Now that's a problem. We can work on that. We can get that set of direction, and mainly you already know the direction. It's just being in that sidestepping that procrastination, sidestepping that negative thinking. That we can start to, like what I say, it's fun and it's easy. And that kind of kills procrastination right there, because procrastination, when it gets into my life, it's more like, oh God, I don't want to do it. It's not going to be fun. Really not all that easy, and blah. I tell myself different things. My doubts start to creep in, but I easily get over that. So then I keep moving forward, and I keep moving forward, so that's how things roll with me. So when I'm talking with a friend and catching up with a friend, and this happens, it's like I actually have too much to share, have too much to talk about. So much that people just don't want to freaking hear it, man. They just, because, that's why I just talked about that first half. So that, excuse me, you don't have to compare. We don't have to compare ourselves to other people. So I'm saying, like, you can do nothing and still have fun and have an easy, happy life. And if that's authentic and that's where you're at, then that is a good place to be. You know, and even though you don't have much to share, that is still a good place to be. Other people, maybe like me, who are constantly moving and doing, have a lot to share. There's just a lot going on, a lot of things I've done, a lot of little accomplishments, another direction I'm going into. I changed directions and now I'm pivoting in this other direction. So, and all that part, everything I just talked about, is a part of my adventure. It's what I turned it into. I perceive it as another chapter in my life, a tour of duty. That's where a lot of my life is. I always think about it as, when these new chapters come in, it's a tour of duty. I don't know why. Years ago, just hit me like that, and I just kind of run with it, because that's what it feels like, and in all honesty, it's just these, different tour of duties in life that I've had to go through, and I'm still going through. And that works for me. I can't say that's going to work for you. That works for me because it keeps me in an action, proactive direction, and being a positive and productive thinker, because I have to keep asking myself, what can I do right now? Right now that's positive, that's productive, and that will just take me in a general direction I need to be going into. And we've talked about this in the past, that statement, and I do use that statement. It's not just something I was just talking about. It's something I actually practice. I do that, and it helps me navigate through my day or my week. And there's plenty of times where I just don't, just chill out today. Don't do anything. And by the time those days come around, I am really okay with it. I mean, like, way okay with that. Because I never feel guilty, because I was just putting off something, or my life is not completely together, but I'm going to go ahead and chill and relax and pretend like it is. And that's not a good place either, because it's going to just get in your head that, that it's really not a fun life and a happy life. So, if we cross paths anytime and I have a lot to talk about, don't get weird, don't get freaked out about that. It's just a state of mind of how we live our life in a different way and how we perceive life in a different way. That's all it really is. There's no magical secret or words or psychological thing or psychiatry thing, or it really is just a process of just starting to do things in a different way, and eventually it will become different. Just kind of works that way. It's really simple. You don't have to, but one thing I'll remind you of is that it's not as easy as you would like it to be. So it's not like you watch a YouTube video and some beautiful woman says 10 ways to change your life in 10 minutes, and you watch it, and she's a psychiatrist of sorts, so it's like, has some degree, and kind of reading off a monitor as 10 things to do, And so these 10 things, it aren't even originated by that person. They're just something they Googled and decided to put together so they have some content to share, which is okay too. I'm not putting down people looking for content to share. That's what they do. Um, but that's not going to change your life in 10 minutes. I'm sorry to say that. There is no instant fix. It takes time. In fact, when I first started implementing real change in my life, which was a long time ago, um, the therapist, I was working with a therapist, was saying, yeah, we were growing right now today, you're learning, but you're not going to really see the full effects of it all for like a year from now. And I remember thinking, like, what? You mean I'm not going to walk away tomorrow or wake up tomorrow feeling like a fresh new person ready to take on the world? He's like, sorry, but no. And however, if you stick to the process, you will be like happy and kicking butt. And it takes time for things to change in our mind. It doesn't happen in 10 minutes is my point. And it may take longer than a year. You just got to be patient and stick with it. And don't give up. There's no instant gratification solution I could give you. And if I did that, it would just be something like, what I'm talking about, but in a short kind of statements, So, and sometimes I feel like I'm offended or people just don't want to hear it, from me talking about me. And I have to actually shut myself down, because I'm just so talking about the change or things that I'm doing that all of a sudden become ecstatic, excited about. So I start to really share. When you have something exciting within yourself to share, it just kind of, comes out, man, in an exciting kind of like fun way. And I don't mean to be that way, but I think I probably touch people's nerves because and that's what I said, do not self-assess your life and my life or anyone's life, that for that matter, but definitely not me, because I'm going to share my happiness with you. And then I'm going to want to pull the happiness I can from you about your life. And that can make people a little nervous because they really don't have the same adventurous life that I do. So they don't want to talk about just the mundane living, which I get excited about. If that's what all they have to share and that's where their life is at, I'm happy for them. And I'm excited for them, actually, because I have to put in a lot more work and effort. I have to do a lot of stuff, to make things just okay in my life. And if people don't have to do that, that's okay. I mean, they don't have to, always be, batting it up and, and taking, and looking for that home run every day. Now, if you want to do that stuff, there are so many tools available for people who are self-inspired, who are ambitious, who look around and say, I'm going to change. I'm going to change today. I believe in those statements. You may not change at all, but that's okay. That's a good thing to say, is that I'm going to change my ways today. It's a new day, new life. I'm a new person, and I'm going to start to slowly rethink and react to life in a different way. And eventually you'll get there. It will happen. And just be patient and keep being yourself. be true to yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself that self-respect that people do not give you. At least give it to yourself. Be confident because you do have self-respect, which is going to make you more confident. And you do have a purpose. You do have, a value in America. I think everyone has a value in America. We are all, there's a value to me in everyone. And so I don't separate things like that. I just see it as a huge value and a sense of purpose with everyone in the same way. And part of that's why I even make this video, because I see the value in you to be an awesome Americanteer, to grow with me, as ordinary individuals into extraordinary individuals, into, good, awesome, productive, working people in America, that we can just, we understand how unification works. We understand the importance of fun and happiness, and we understand how to separate things that are outside of us but they're not part of us. And so that way it keeps us from thinking negative stuff, outside ourselves. And we can just basically have fun and change America. That is the coolest part. Now that should be the fun. That should be like the exciting, extraordinary stuff. Changing a country? Or at least attempting to change a country? You know how much value that has? How much value you're going to add to your life just by even attempting to do it. And that's, so don't cheat yourself and think like, oh, I don't even want to attempt stuff like that, because it's, I don't, maybe you just don't want to see the value in yourself, but you can find your self-value, your own value, your own self-worth, your own sense of purpose, with joining the Americanteers, and coming up with that right attitude of, it's fun and it's easy. Even though we know it takes work and effort and energy, it's a struggle. That's okay. That's part of the process. That's part of the fun. That's the part where we can break it down into making it, a journey of solutions, a journey of thinking differently, a journey of being individuals, coming together to solve, problems that people aren't even thinking about right now. Now that is amazing. That is amazing stuff. And there's a lot of people out there who are already sharing just amazing stuff. And you're already extraordinary as far as I can tell. I wish you would join the Americanteers because you really do have a lot to offer, and I totally respect that. Even though we might seem like we're coming from different playing fields, I, as an Americanteer, would still want you on board, because you have so much great information. You are, an amazing individual. And that would just make things more just, I don't want to say funner, but better, cooler, more happening. It's going to make us want to dance around a little bit, like shake it up, man. Because we can, and we're happy. So that's the Americanteer movement in a whole different conversation. And I hope you join, man. Hope you become part of it. and believe me, it's fun and it's easy. And you say, no, it's not. Say, well, it can be. It can be fun and easy with a shift of attitude. And that shift is just 1 or 2 degrees to the left or to the right, and it's all done. You can see the happiness and joy, and as part of being an Americanteer first, and then helping to share. I mean, the Americanteer movements with others. That would even be, make you a lot more happier, because we're talking about, like, we're not talking about the problem, we're talking about solutions, we're talking about the future. Okay? Well, thank you for your time. Have a great rest of the day. Peace, love. We'll talk later.